Hi, my name is Sherry, and welcome to my decluttering video, in which I make my third attempt at doing the 30-day minimalism challenge. Not always being great at following the rules, I started the challenge in the middle of December, did not do the days in order, took a break in the beginning of January when I got busy with a work project, stopped decluttering for a week while I nursed a cold in early February, had another big work project in mid-February, and long story short, it ended up taking me about 75 days to complete the 30-day challenge. But you know what? The important thing is that I did declutter over 500 items from my home. Oh, and even though I didn't do the days in order, I am going to show them to you in order. Okay, let's get started. Day 1, I got rid of this printer. Now, day 2 needs a little explanation. Back on Cyber Monday, I bought a new vacuum cleaner, but when it arrived, it seemed kind of cheap and I wasn't sure if I liked it. Now, normally I wouldn't consider the box it came in or the old vacuum as clutter, but since they both sat in the living room for over a month while I made up my mind, I am going to count them. Day 3. Day 4, Christmas decorations. And here's a tip. Just because your name is on something does not mean you have to keep it forever. Day 5, these cute tchotchke items like this light-up yo-yo, Pillsbury Doughboy shoelaces. You have no idea how hard it was for me to get rid of this. Day 6, fancy coats, jackets, and sweaters that no longer fit. I'm hoping I can sell some of these. Day 7, broken jewelry and sunglasses that I held on to thinking someday I would fix them. So this beautiful Bakelite purse belonged to my grandmother, and when I cleaned out her apartment, I never even knew she had it. And inside I've been keeping some little sentimental things that belong to her and my grandfather. And it's finally time to get rid of some of it. I've got little hankies from both of them. My grandfather's wallet. Now this has been sitting around since the 70s. A perfectly good wallet. I am going to take the photos out of it. Another sort of surprise, my grandmother was in the Eastern Star. So amongst her belongings was this hanky, and if I can find it, and this pin, my grandfather's pocket protector from when he worked at Burpee, and his name badge. These are all things that I finally feel good that I can get rid of. My grandmother's keychain that had her emergency information on the back. On day 8, I'm going to get rid of these 8 sentimental items that belong to my grandparents. Day 9, radio and music themed greeting cards. Day 10, miscellaneous items that were in the bathroom. Day 11, mementos that were in my jewelry box that I am surprisingly not sentimental about. Back in the day, I thought it was pretty cool that I had a credit card with the Capitol Records building on it. But it's day 12, and I'm getting rid of all these old credit, membership, and loyalty cards. And when was the last time you saw a prepaid phone card? So I decluttered these 5 items from my kitchen, and I felt pretty good about that. But then later that night, I started thinking about this melon baller that I maybe used twice 20 years ago. So I took a quick look through the cabinets, and I came up with another 8 items for a total of 13. This Jell-O is so old. The cherry is from 2014, and the orange 2011. So it's day 14, and I've purposely been avoiding photos because I've got tons of them and those are sentimental, but I found a stack of them in my bedroom and I happened to pull these out. There's 34 of them. These are pictures of my younger brother and his father and their side of the family. So I'm going to send those to him, and as long as I'm dealing with pictures, I'm also going to get rid of this camera. Everything's intact and I'm going to donate it. Day 15 is office supplies. So I sorted through all the pens and markers, pulled out the good ones, and there's 49 dried up ones in the bucket that are going in the trash. How old this is. I've also got some markers, highlighters, glitter pens, a broken X-Acto knife. All these items are also going to be thrown away. Now these are going to be donated. I decided to keep the little globe paperweight. It was a promo item from a friend's company, and you never know when a clipboard will come in handy. I am holding on to that too. And here's the rest of the keep pile. So I'm finally getting to the one cabinet in my kitchen that has not yet been decluttered, the dreaded cabinet above the sink. For days 16 and 17, I went through everything on the first shelf. Recipe files, those 2 small boxes were my grandmother's, and I'm giving those to my sister. Manuals, and despite the fact that I rarely cook, there were even more recipes. So this is everything that was in my first aid kit, and there was a few medical things that were just stuck on top of it. And this stuff is all so old. The oldest prescription is from 2008, and this omega oil was my mother's from the 70s. I just remember it used to smell so good. Everything here is going to be thrown away except the Halls. These are past the date, but they do still work, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that. The alcohol I'm going to keep, and just a few of these Band-Aids are still okay. The rest are kind of disgusting. There's 17 items in all that I'm throwing away. On day 18, my roommate helped me take down everything from the second and third shelves, a real hodgepodge of items like heating pads and hot water bottles, cleaning and laundry supplies. The iron was a surprise. I could have sworn I'd gotten rid of that years ago with my ironing board. Now, this bottle of Chill Out Cologne Spritzer is a Coty product from the early 90s. It's gross now, but it smelled pretty good 30 years ago. Day 19, I thought I'd sorted through all my Christmas CDs a couple months ago, but I found 9 more that I can live without, plus 10 Frank Zappa CDs I've been trying to sell for years. So I cleaned out my closet for the umpteenth time and found these 20 items that I could get rid of. I love this blouse, but it just doesn't fit right. Now, for those of you who have been following my decluttering journey for a while, I am finally ready to get rid of these 3 vests from the early 90s. Day 21. Because in California we're not supposed to throw batteries in the trash, I had dead batteries all over my house. 21 of them that will now be disposed of properly. In the guest bedroom, I have a chest of drawers filled with clothes I never wear. So for day 22, I pulled out what no longer fits or is no longer my style, and all of these were donated. We took most of it to the homeless shelter, and a few of the items, like the INXS, Bowie, and Chris Isaak t-shirts, were donated to a thrift store. There are more clothes and rock t-shirts in the drawers that are in a sell pile, but I'm not counting them yet, not until they're out of the house. Day 23, I decluttered the last of the items in the cabinet above the sink. This blue basket was my makeshift tool chest, and all of this was in there. I'm only keeping the hammer, one of the pliers, this set of screwdrivers. Everything else is going. Behind the basket were a few more items. This tape measure that I'm keeping, a 6-in-1 screwdriver that's never even been opened, thumbtacks, and 2 rolls of tape that were very old and no longer sticky. Everything on the right in the basket got tossed or donated. Day 24, and it's crazy how quickly these fast food packets accumulate. Here are 17 sauces, salad dressings, syrups, and wipes. 18, 19, 20, 21, that'll count as 22. Plus the forks, 23, and the drink holder, 24. Day 25, hair accessories. So this is my bedside table drawer. I haven't touched anything in here in over a year. I should just throw the whole thing in the trash, but I'm going to go ahead and sort through and see if there's anything worth keeping. Not bad. I consider this a successful decluttering. There's more than 26 items here, including old hospital bracelets. I mean, why? Broken Ray-Bans and Benadryl that expired in 2004. So you got a sneak peek at days 27 and 28 in the intro. My coffee table is filled with bits and bobs and leftover junk from past decluttering projects that I don't know what to do with. So this t-shirt and scroll are from my trip to Israel. I'm going to donate the shirt, throw away the scroll, and these 2 tubes can be recycled. More junk cluttering up the coffee table. This is a gag gift I received for my 18th birthday. And this has never even been opened. This is all just wasted money. Expired gift certificate, expired return receipts, and expired coupons. So day 29, I went around my bedroom and filled up this tray with just a bunch of junk that was lying around. Anyone who knows me is probably shocked right now to see those two Frankenfurter dolls in the declutter pile, but they're so dirty and the paint is chipped and I just can't get any decent photos with them anymore. Day 30, another surprise. This really is the very last of my scrapbooking supplies, I think. And that's it, the 30-day minimalism challenge that took 2.5 months to complete. I may be a procrastinator, but I'm not a quitter. Unfortunately, because the timing was so spread out, things were donated or thrown out as I went along, and I didn't get the money shot of everything that was decluttered together. Oh well. I want to thank you so much for watching and for staying all the way to the end. I love you. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button.